Stoic fire, Buddhist focus. Ancient rituals to crush self-doubt, tested for 2,000 years. The great temples of the East, the marble halls of the West, both whispered the same truths long before our smartphones chimed. Today, we will walk a path that blends two legendary traditions, Stoicism and Buddhism, into a practical roadmap for silence the inner critic that lives in every heart. Each chapter is a ritual, each story a guide, and each lesson an invitation to practice at the moment you decide to move past self-doubt. Chapter 1, The Forge of Intent. In the furnace town of Sisyphus, a Greek mythographer once told a tale not of the condemned to roll a boulder uphill for eternity, but of a young man who chose to set his own fire. He carried a handful of embers into the night. The forest was dense with doubt. The embers did not die. Instead, they sparked a bright flame that illuminated the dark path ahead. This story reminds us that when doubt clouds the mind, intent becomes the spark that reignites clarity. In business, when a critical decision stirs fear, we can use the same method. Pause, write down the primary objective, what do we truly aim for, and let that intent guide every choice. Practical application. Take 3 minutes each morning to jot a single intent for the day. It could be as simple as deliver a presentation with calm confidence. Anchor your actions to that intent and ignore the noise that swirls around you. Over time, you'll notice doubt shrink when you stay focused on the flame of your purpose. Reflective question. What single intent can you set to transform today's hesitation into decisive action? Chapter 2, The Lotus of Stillness. Across the Silk Road, in a forgotten courtyard of a Buddhist monastery, an elderly monk once faced an army of thoughts that rattled like drums in a storm. He learned the art of metta, loving kindness meditation, while breathing slowly with each thought. When a thought bloomed, he would observe it, label it just a thought, and return to his breath. Eventually, the thoughts became lotus buds that rose and fell, silent and unruffled. The lesson for modern life is simple. Observe self-doubt as a fleeting image. You do not have to be dragged by it. In our hyper-connected world, silence the mind through breathing and observation before reaction. Practical application. Whenever self-doubt spikes, perhaps during a presentation or a negotiation, stop for a brief pause, inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 6. Notice the thought as a wave. Say to yourself, this is just a thought. Return to your task with restored calm. Reflective question. How would you feel if you could pause your doubts and turn them into observations rather than actions? Chapter 3, The Chess Master's Composure. In ancient China, a famed strategist named Zhu Liang watched 2 armies at battle. One side, exhausted, shouted and panicked. The other, calm, played a silent game of chess. He explained that battles are like chess. Each move takes careful calculation, not frantic clamor. Confidence is the quiet undercurrent. Today, many of us react impulsively when faced with criticism or rejection, treating feedback as a personal attack. Stoic wisdom suggests that external events are indifferent. Focus on internal response, akin to a chess player who considers every possible outcome before moving. Practical application. Create a simple feedback grid. List the criticism you receive. Rate on a scale of 1-10 how much it matters to your mission. Focus on high-score items, those that align with your purpose. Let low-score items ripple past like a casual breeze. Reflective question. Which pieces of criticism would you move if you played your life as a chess game? Chapter 4, The Candle in the Storm. Long before the city lights, a Persian sage lit a candle to illuminate the gloom of a desert palace. He had no firewood or flame, just a small lamp, a wick, and a steady hand. He told his apprentices that when facing doubt, they could light a candle. This simple act, focusing on a single source of light, transforms anxiety into clarity. The modern parallel, when doubt overwhelms a project, switch off distractions. Bring the focus to one task, akin to the single flame that casts long shadows but clears the dark. Practical application. Try the single task candle technique. Identify the most critical task for the day, turn off all notifications, close unrelated tabs, and give it your full attention. The flame of concentration keeps doubt distant. Reflective question. What would you light if you could illuminate one aspect of your day with unwavering focus? Chapter 5, The Silent Soldier. In the annals of Roman history, the most honorable soldiers were those who entered the battlefield without boasting. They did not shout, they walked into the chaos, mindful of their duty. Their silence was not weakness but disciplined strength. In our contemporary hustle, self-doubt often manifests as overtalking a plan. The Stoic path demands silent discipline. Act, then reflect. In business, quietly execute your strategy and only then analyze outcomes without ego. Practical application. Choose a task, perhaps a proposal or a client call, and commit to perform it silently, letting outcomes speak for themselves. After completion, spend a few minutes journaling. What went well? What could improve? Separate ego from result and reduce self-doubt. Reflective question. How can a silent, disciplined approach change the way you view your successes and failures? Philosophy Spotlight. Stoicism, the flame within. Stoicism, articulated by thinkers such as Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, teaches that while we cannot control external events, we can master our responses. The Stoic man is the fire that refuses to be smothered by an unknown wind. He stands tall, accepting what he cannot change and acting with virtue to what he can. Key elements in simple, powerful terms. Discipline, training the mind to stay within its own boundaries, like a fire that burns brightly, but only where it is fed. Resilience, understanding that doubts are like cloud shadows. When the sun rises action, they fade. Clarity of mind, the ability to focus on the present moment, not past regrets or future anxieties. Every Stoic practice is a practice in this kind of awareness. Historical figure, Marcus Aurelius. The emperor was once a leader tasked with ruling an empire in crisis. He kept a personal journal, Meditations, which is a testament to his practice of self-reflection under pressure. Each entry reminds us that a ruler's first battle is the mind. 3 lessons for modern success. 1. Control the controlling. Identify which aspects of a challenge you can influence. Direct your energy there, accept the rest. 2. Reframe doubt as duty. Instead of letting doubt anchor you in paralysis, see each skepticism as a call to prove yourself. 3. Meditate on mortality. Remembering impermanence sharpens your focus on what truly matters. Actions, not imagined outcomes. These principles tie directly back to our earlier chapters. From the forge of intent to the silent soldier, each is a Stoic echo of disciplined action. By weaving Stoic discipline into your routine, you transform self-doubt from an enemy into a quiet teacher. Conclusion. Ancient rituals, whether the Greek sage's steady flame, the Buddhist practice of mindful observation, the Chinese strategist's chessboard of stillness, the Persian candle in the storm, or the Roman soldier's silent march, offer more than stories. They are templates for living a life where doubt is simply a fleeting visitor, not the host. If you have found a spark within this journey, take a moment to light your own candle. Remember what you learned and apply it, whether you choose to write intent, observe without reaction, focus on action, keep your mind focused, or silently execute with discipline. Like, share, and subscribe for more ancient wisdom adapted to today's world. Together, let's keep the fire of confidence burning bright.